Settle in for a great day of WCC hoops. We're in the Rose City and on the Bluff for a WCC doubleheader right out of the chutes. The Portland Pilot women hosting number 16 BYU, winners of 10 straight in a key conference showdown right here at the Child Center. You look at the current women's standings in the WCC, BYU, Gonzaga, yep, they set the table undefeated, but there's Portland lurking all by itself in third place at 3-2. The Pilots know that an upset would send shockwaves through the conference and make some serious noise. Good afternoon, everybody. Ann Chat's joined by my broadcast partner. That's Jennifer Mountain, my good friend, who was also a standout with the Gonzaga Bulldogs and also head coach at Santa Clara. All right, let's set the table for this one. Settle in for a great day of WCC hoops. We're in the Rose City and on the Bluff for a WCC doubleheader right out of the chutes. The Portland Pilot women hosting number 16 BYU, winners of 10 straight in a key conference showdown right here at the Child Center. You look at the current women's standings in the WCC, BYU, Gonzaga, yep, they set the table undefeated, but there's Portland lurking all by itself in third place at 3-2. The Pilots know that an upset would send shockwaves through the conference and make some serious noise. Good afternoon. afternoon, everybody. Ann Chet's joined by my broadcast partner. That's Jennifer Mountain, my good friend, who was also a standout with the Gonzaga Bulldogs and also head coach at Santa Clara. All right, let's set the table for this one. Big game. These two clubs postponed in early January. They couldn't wait to get at each other tonight.
You're absolutely right, and there's so much at stake for down the road with conference. BYU has not lost on this floor since 1997-98. Both teams are ready to go. Portland coming off a big win at San Diego last Thursday, postponed on Saturday, but a lot at stake for down the road.
Two of the best players in the entire conference and then some will knock heads today. Shaylee Gonzalez, Alex Fowler. I mean, you can't get any better than these two.
Oh, dynamic. Both of them player of the year candidates, in my opinion. I mean, leading scorer in the conference, leading rebounder in the conference. I mean, there's so much going on offensively for both these guys, and both schools really need both of them to have a great performance offensively and defensively this evening.
And the supporting cast for both of these players, really impressive. It's gonna be fun. All right, high stakes hoops just moments away. Pilots hosting number 16 BYU UP. Looking for some serious home cooking. Lineups, opening tip coming up next. WCC Basketball is brought to you by University Credit Union, who invite you to experience the credit union difference. To learn more about the benefits of banking with a co-op, visit uc.org. WCC Basketball is brought to you by University Credit Union, who invite you to experience the credit union difference. To learn more about the benefits of banking with a co-op, visit ucu.org today. By Signature Championship Rings, the official championship ring partner of the WCC. Visit them today at signaturechampions.com. Your success set in stone. And by Hercules Tires, the official tire of the West Coast Conference. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, Hercules Tires invites you to ride on our strength. For a retailer near you, visit HerculesTires.com. Welcome back to the Chiles Center. The Portland Pilots hosting number 16 BYU in a really important WCC women's showdown. Time now for our starting lineups, brought to you by University Credit Union. First, for the visiting Cougars, it's the usual suspects, and boy, you could circle the wagons because this is as good a starting lineup as you're going to see throughout this conference and beyond. Gonzalez and Harding neck and neck for Player of the Year along with Alex Fowler. Watch out though for Gustin and Graham. So very dangerous for Judkins. Portland Pilots starting lineup looking like this. Keely Frawley getting her first start of the year. Lucy Cochran, the top shot blocker in the WCC, one of the best in the country, but it's Andrews and Fowler making this club go. Pilots in their home whites coming in at 13-4, 3-2 in conference play. BYU, black road uniforms with the blue numbers. coming in at 18-1, 8-0 in conference play. These two clubs were scheduled, Jen, to meet in early January, postponed due to COVID.
Yeah, so many games this year, have been postponed because of COVID protocols and issues. So great to be back on the floor tonight.
So keep in mind for the Pilots, no Emmy Shearer, who usually starts for Portland. One of the super subs off the bench, Maisie Burnham, not able to go. COVID protocols in place, denying them a chance as Portland gets on the board early. Cochran with the layup.
Well, right off the bat, Alex Fowler take a nice move to the rim, just missed the shot. Great job of giving themselves second chance points with the offensive board. Here's that pressure you're going to see all night long.
Coming with the heat. Kind of forcing a wild shot by Augusta.
Good defensive board by Frawley, and that's going to be a huge factor for both teams tonight is the rebounding category.
Andrews throws it away as BYU brings a little pressure. Almost a walk by Graham. Gonzalez way off, another one-and-done situation. If the Pilots, Jen, can be tough on the defensive board, they're going to have a really good chance tonight.
You're absolutely right, Ann. I mean, this is a team that's, done a great job rebounding, and Frawley in the lineup right now actually, I think, helps that category because she just really works super hard on the boards.
Frawley with her first start, as we mentioned, 8 on the shot clock. Meek's bench, though, is definitely shortened with Frawley coming in as a starter. 3 in the shot clock. What a dish inside! Cochran finding Fowler.
Well, and right there, that combination of Cochran and Fowler, we're going to see that and talk about it all night long because they play off each other so well. And, Lucy pulled it to the three-point line with the perimeter, makes it a hard matchup.
Cochran is a great passer at 6'5". Really, really good. Beautiful ball fake. Good hands by Cochran inside.
Yeah, Coach Meek talks about the fact that, shot blocking, yes, but her passing is tremendous.
Foul inside. Nice cut off the ball by Harding. Let's check out this beautiful pass.
Well, great job of not panicking in the shot clock, too. I think there was 3-2, coming down, and, nice cut from the top, and a nice give and go there from Cochran and Fowler.
Mohan with that foul, her first, team's first. Gustin didn't look for the shot there. She had a seam. 7 on the shot clock. Rimming out. Oh, Javiero. Ooh. Unlucky there for Haley Andrews, her first, team second.
Yeah, I thought she was just putting a body on somebody on the weak side trying to block out. That's what you teach kids when they're young. Put a body on somebody and block out.
It's going to be critical for Haley Andrews to be on the floor. Now, she's supposed to be playing limited minutes because of the COVID protocol. Coming back, able to play tonight, but restricted minutes, we'll see. Good ball movement, BYU on the board.
And that was made off the penetration to the middle, and weak side just did not drop down.
4-2, we're early in the first quarter here at the Chiles Center. BYU number 16 in the country, winners of 10 straight, taking on the hometown Pilots, looking for the upset. Fowler on the high pick, Andrews didn't want it. Mulheim, three-pointer. She got drilled, and she's going to the free throw line big time.
Well, try to come off a little pick and roll, though. Find Mulheim on the three-point line, and that's her specialty. Leading three-point shooter on this Portland squad.
So Harding got her, and Mulheim will toe the line for 3 free throws. She's an 80% free throw shooter as Bruno checks in for the Portland Pilots.
Well, I'm sure Coach Judkins didn't really like that foul right there. Fouling a three-point shooter. Got to give him a shot.
Judkins in his 21st year with BYU. What he has done with this Cougar program, all-time winningest basketball coach at BYU, men's or women's. All he does is win.
Been to the NCAA tournament 9 times, 5 WNIT appearances. This program has been so good for so long, and he's been a huge reason for it.
Flew into the Portland lineup as well. Javiero just kind of threw that up, and Harding was able to flag it down. All the way to the rim, nicely played by Graham.
Well, talking to Coach Judkins, you know, he's talked about the fact that they really haven't played against the zone that much. They're going to see it all night tonight, and right there, the middle of the zone is going to be a key factor, whether it's penetrating or getting it there by the pass. That high post area is really important.
Fowler rolling. Loses the handle. But before she does, a foul is going to be called against BYU. So Graham gets nicked. Her first, second team foul on BYU.
Little late whistle, but honestly the right call.
Should mention Mikkel Meek on the floor. Great hands by Albiero, and finishes. We're tied at 6 apiece, 6:30 left to go in this first quarter. Let's see if the Pilots can answer.
Great hustle play.
So Meek going to his bench early.
Well, and like you talked about, it's a little bit different bench tonight.
Nice high-low Fowler to Cochran.
Cochran's just so dangerous down low.
Nice job by BYU to break that press and score. They really did a nice job of keeping that ball movement.
And they really have done a nice job in the last few minutes. They're 4 of 4 from the field, getting quality shots and good looks at the rim.
Foul away from the ball. Whistle coming early and often.
We'll take a nice look at that. Great pass, cross court in transition, and a nice finish.
All right, so Harding coming off that 30-point game against USF. 30 points in 28 minutes, 5 triples. Picks up her second foul, JMO. That's huge.
It is huge. I mean, she's just a tremendous scorer. And really off the ball defensively does cause a lot of damage for people. So we'll take a quick look at that here down the stretch, but he's going to have to sit her for a while.
Nifty play. Boy, I'll tell you, Fowler had a layup, but for a second she couldn't find the basket and then responded.
Well, they execute so well on the baseline out of bounds.
Again, BYU taking the heat, handling the heat, but time off the shot clock. Extra pass. This time, Gustin is true.
Well, unfortunate right there. Mikkel Meek almost picks up a steal, grabs the ball, and then that nice penetration to the middle and a little dump down for a short corner look.
So Harding has a seat with the 2 fouls. Smiler in for BYU. It's 10 apiece. Fowler finds it, scores.
Almost had the back door there. You know, it looked like almost a kick ball, but Lucy saw that back door to Fowler, and again, that little combination has really hurt BYU early in this game.
6 points now for Fowler. She gives you 18. Smiler draws the foul. Bruno got her. Her first. Team's third.
Just a little late on that closeout.
So we'll take a quick break. Back and forth we go. Pilots leading 12-10, 4:44 left in this opening quarter. About halfway home through the first quarter here at the Chiles Center. The Pilots leading 16th ranked BYU 12-10. Terrific women's WCC showdown. You know, Jen, I look at what the Pilots have been able to do. 5 made baskets on 5 assists.
Yeah, I mean, they're sharing the ball. I mean, both teams are 5 for 5 from the field the last few minutes here. Shooting lights out, 62% for BYU and 83% for Portland.
There's a good look at Mike Meek in his 3rd year with the Portland Pilots. What he did and is doing to resurrect this program has just, it's just been fun to watch.
Oh, tremendous. And he's had success everywhere that he's been, and what he's done culture-wise and the way these girls are playing. They used to be a shock factor if Portland was good, but I'll tell you what, you got to prepare every night to play these guys.
Meek in his 1st year goes 21-11. I mean, it was the Cinderella season for the ages for the Portland Pilots. WCC tournament champs in his 1st year. He inherits a program that was down towards the bottom of the WCC year after year, and he immediately turns them into a player.
Well, he builds a team by culture, really does a great job of executing. And these girls have bought in. These players have bought in.
So Andrews back on the floor, and that's as clever a little layup as you're going to see at the Cup all game long. Pilots by 4. So they take that BYU turnover and turn it into a deuce on the other end. Gustin, wide open, but decides not to go up against Sewell.
I don't know if she realized how open she was right there, because she had a nice look at the rim.
5 on the shot clock. Good ball faking by Gonzaga. Good rebound inside by one of the best rebounding guards in the WCC. That's Andrews. Finds Fowler. Great inside look. How about that? Pilots really running it well.
Yeah, transition buckets, points off turnovers. And they're sharing the basketball so well.
Biggest lead of the game for the Portland Pilots. 3:25 left to go in the first quarter. Remember, Harding on the bench with 2 fouls. Nice job by Graham to draw that infraction. She'll go to the line. So Bruno gets her. Mulheim Frawley back onto the floor. Sarah Hampson making her debut. Coming in at 6'7", shot blocking extraordinaire. She and Cochran representing 2 of the best shot blockers in the country.
They sure are, and she's got a lot of history. Her family at BYU, her sister Jennifer and mom Teresa. I think younger sisters on the roster as well, but have been a huge presence for BYU for a long time. And that free throw right there ends a 2-minute and 15-minute drought for BYU.
So the lead is 4.
And BYU in a little zone themselves right now.
Fowler decides not to go up against Hampson. This time squares up. Fowler following her own miss. How brilliant was that? Mulheim loves the 3. And here comes BYU.
I like the effort on the boards by Portland. Good job of getting the ball up and going in transition by BYU.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Good ball faking by this BYU club, and a tough look inside by Hampson. She doesn't score a lot. Maybe she could score a little bit more. Defense is her claim to fame, but that was pretty.
Yeah, great rim protector like you mentioned. And again, BYU in a little bit of a zone themselves. I would anticipate when she comes in the game, that's something that they go to.
Inside look, another offensive rebound. Cutter, Mulheim tees it up, rimming out.
That's a pretty good look. That's a shot you want Mulheim hitting.
Well, she's the career 3-point leader for the University of Portland, so yeah, that's green light material. Good ball movement by BYU. Can't get her home is Gonzalez. She's been quiet. Acrobatic, tough miss at the cup.
That was nice, though.
Albiero with kind of a frustration foul. So she'll pick up that foul, her first.
And that's exactly what that was a frustration foul. You hate to have one of those, but a nice little take at the rim. I thought she did a nice job of tucking it, just didn't finish it.
Yeah, Albiero, that was pretty. All right, let's look at Hampson, huh?
Well, nice penetration again. Nice little up and under. When you're 6'7", it becomes a little bit easier on the floor. And right now, Portland is 0 for 4 from the floor. against this zone.
Frawley, got to put that up when you find the seam. Good hands beat by BYU. We're going to go the other way. Chance to tie or take the lead.
Well, and taking care of the basketball was a key. Talking to Coach Meek, you just can't afford turnovers.
Portland's defense chasing a little bit right now. Let's see if BYU can connect.
Ooh, I don't know how that pass got through.
8 on the shot clock. Look at the ball movement by BYU. Inside look. And again, it's Hampson. She's got 4. Gives you 5 a game, already with 4.
Well, and no hesitation whatsoever. And that's one thing, if somebody with that length, you got to get them off the block, make them, shoot from the outside. Just too easy of a look, too deep.
Kaitu on the floor for the Pilots. Under a minute to go. Here's Kaitu. Lucy Cochran with the mid-range game. 6 now for Cochran.
Well, and that's a shot she can make. And something that at least she really looks to take.
Impacts this game on both ends of the floor, does Cochran.
And she's really coming into her own these last few weeks, just getting more comfortable with the system.
Pretty 3 by Smiler. She's a good 3-point shooter off the bench for Judkins.
They just have so many weapons. You take one away and then somebody else steps up.
I thought that was a 3. They're ruling that a deuce, so it's 18 apiece.
Well, we knew this was going to be a close ball game. You look at stats, and a lot of the stats in the conference.
There's Andrews at the buzzer. They did rule it a 3 in the official scoring book. So BYU 19, the Pilots 18 after 1. BYU's first lead of the game comes with that big 3 late in the first quarter. Back and forth we go. At one point, the Pilots led by 6, but it's BYU with the lead. It's just a Singleton. Come on back. I'd grip that too if I were you, little one. And if I'm around, you better be ready to share. All right, while you watch West Coast Conference action, join the conversation using #WCCHoops. And for the latest news, scores, so much more, follow WCC Hoops on Twitter. All right, Jennifer Mountain, let's go back to the score. It has been ruled a deuce. Smiler's bomb. Not a triple, just inside the 3, so it's 18 apiece after 1. What do you make of this first quarter?
Well, both teams shooting 57% from the floor, great percentage. I think right now, the biggest thing, is rebounding-wise. Portland's leading 7-4. They have 3 offensive boards. Really paint scoring 12-14, but another one, big factor, bench scoring. BYU 7-2 over Portland.
So remember, Paisley Harding playing with 2 fouls. Gonzalez has not scored yet.
And does not have a rebound, which she's a leading rebounder in the conference.
So second quarter underway.
And Harding's back in the ballgame. Right now, if you're Portland, you're going right after her.
You bet.
Try to pick up a quick third.
18 apiece, second quarter underway. 16th ranked BYU and the upset-minded Portland Pilots.
And BYU again sitting in that zone.
Kaitu was open on this near side. They didn't see her, did the Pilots. Couldn't get the angle for the pass, one and done, and here comes BYU. Harding, clever. Little floater, Gonzalez front rimming off. Cochran brings the ball down. Hustle play by Lucy. Pilots with it.
Way to stay with it right there. Well, you can see her in that short corner area.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Pilots reversing it. Kaitu is going to get called for the walk. She saw Hampson working.
Oh, there's the rim protection right there.
I guess. So Mulheim, Fowler, and Flug back on the floor for the Pilots. Albiero on the floor as well for BYU. The Cougars have done a nice job handling the Pilots' pressure, I say that, and there's the turnover. So Fowler running the floor well. Look at that block inside, but they're going to say Gonzalez got her.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that again. That looked pretty clean, but great job on the transition, getting themselves an opportunity by a defensive turnover. Great pass.
Ooh, that looked good.
It did.
That looked good. Yeah, you look at Gonzalez and Fowler, and they're just 1 and 2 in so many categories. You mentioned front runners for Player of the Year. You got to mention Harding in that conversation as well. But 3 of the most dynamic players in the conference on the floor tonight.
Yeah, I agree. All 3 of them. You know, I don't know if you can do a co-champion or a co-player of the year. Excuse me. There's another turnover by that press.
Judkins wanted that. He said, I'll do co-player of the year.
For sure.
Consecutive turnovers as Mulheim throws up the air ball. So here comes BYU. Harding switches hands, going right at Flug, and Flug fouls Harding hard. Her first, team's first.
Hard foul right there on the drive.
No Emmy Shear, no Maisie Burnham, not able to go tonight. Honoring COVID protocols as Paisley Harding, the senior out of Everett, Washington, toes the line and hits her first. She averages 16 and a half a game, 3 rebounds, nearly 2.5 assists. Great on the defensive end with the 30 steals, just does it all.
Yeah, I mean, everybody talks about her offensive, and offensive game plan, but like you look at her defensively, she really can make things happen, and really is probably one of their best defenders.
Cochran flips it out, almost throws it away. Skip pass, Mulheim. There's Cochran looking for some help. Mulheim, can she finally get one home? Sure can.
Well, shooters keep shooting, right?
You bet.
And that's exactly what she's going to do. And if Portland can get a few looks like that to go down, they're going to be in good shape.
Mulheim last threw up an air ball, and that time it was true. Lead is 3 for the Pilots. Little mid-range is short by Gonzalez. Hustle play, and the ball will belong to the Pilots. Graham coming back onto the floor for BYU.
Well, in talking to Coach Judkins, Graham really is that unsung hero that people don't talk about, but she does so many things for this club, offensively and defensively, and just talked about how great of a passer she was.
Into traffic, Flug throws it away. Graham, the transfer out of Colgate, leads this club in assists. At some point, you got to figure that Gonzalez and Harding will really get things going offensively. And Harding throws it right into the midst of Cochran.
Yeah, lost it on that penetration. But right now, Portland's just giving up the middle way too easy defensively. Good defense by BYU and got a little hop there.
Well, you read my mind about the seams and gaps that BYU is able to enjoy but not expose yet in terms of scoring against this UP zone.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of penetrating. Good hands by Cochran.
Great hands by Cochran. Gonzalez got a little sloppy with that pass, and Cochran was able to swipe it. Extra pass. Look at that! And one. Bruno fouled in the act. The triple. It counts. Bruno will go to the line. A chance for the 4-point play. That is Bruno's first triple of the season.
She's been working on it. Really, in high school, played a lot of that forward spot, has moved into more of a guard position, and really worked on her game, and right there, superly paid off.
So Cochran's third steal results in Bruno's potential 4-point play. First triple of the year. She hits the free throw, and it's a 27-20 UP lead, biggest of the game. 7-0 run, another turnover. BYU handling the pressure so well in the first quarter, but not so far in the second.
And he talked about that. Taking care of the ball being a huge key in handling this pressure. Every team that comes into Portland's gym has got to be able to take care of the basketball because they do not stop.
Harding, Mulheim waiting in the wings and the weeds, able to make that pick, and here come the Pilots. 2 minutes. BYU has coughed it up 4 times against this Pilot press. But there's a long way to go in this one.
Well, this is a veteran squad that is going to just stay poised. They're not going to panic by any means. And that's one thing Portland can't do, is just turn it right back over.
And they did. Mulheim just basically lost the handle. Key turnover for the Pilots. So a 2:15 drought for BYU. And Paisley sloppy again. Harding with another turnover. Can the Pilots make BYU pay?
Well, that's going to be a key factor right there. And I don't know with the 2 fouls if she's playing a little bit tentative.
Mismatch here for Cochran. Wanted to go against Gustin. Great hustle play. Albiero able to find a teammate. Here comes BYU. Graham, triple. Oh, did BYU need that?
Well, they sure did. And there's Graham once again doing the little things and making a big shot.
Ends a 7-0 UP run. That was huge. So the Pilots had a chance to really extend the lead. Instead, trade turnovers and then the triple by Graham. Cochran, mid-range. You bet! This quarter's nuts. Smart play. Harding is going to leave it. Back rimming off. There's Flug.
I don't mind that look. She just hit one previous time down the floor. And, you know, I think Portland right now has just done a tremendous job on the boards. Great take.
Wow. Quick footwork there. And what a great answer by Gonzalez and BYU. They take that ball out of the bottom of the net and beat the Pilots down the court.
Well, that's one way to beat a press, is to get it in quick and go, and that's exactly what they did. Easy transition bucket.
So Gonzalez finally on the board with 4:15 left to go in this second quarter. Her first points coming via the breakout.
Well, don't count that kid out. She's going to put up numbers and has the ability to do it pretty quickly.
Well, you know it. Gonzalez leads this club, scoring nearly 19 a game. So it's just a matter of time before she gets going. But how about the 4-point play by MJ Bruno? Her first triple of the year has her psyched. 31-25, Portland with the lead. here's our Reveal Suits School Spotlight. Reveal Suits now available with your WCC Schools inner jacket lining. Passion meets fashion, that's Reveal Suits. All right, we're gonna look at Portland's Franz campus on the river. Construction began with the installation of 2 full-size practice soccer fields. Construction also just beginning on a new boathouse and dock for the women's rowing program, as well as a brand new track and field facility. Dang. Final piece of construction will be a varsity tennis facility in the coming years. Man, getting after it. The Franz campus on the river. The 2 practice soccer fields started it all, and I'm just excited for the women's rowing boathouse that's coming. Of course, track and field and tennis will benefit from this growing project on the river, Jennifer.
Well, you look at the facilities and what Scott Lakin is trying to do here as an athletic director, and it's great.
So 31-25, under 4 minutes to go in this opening half. Nice footwork inside by Gustin.
Quick up and under. Gustin's just so strong down low. Good ball movement and good patience.
Andrews, who's been quiet, blocked inside a trio of black jerseys, stifling Haley.
Yeah, I thought you had Meek over here in the corner on that penetration.
Well, that's a shot that Gonzalez usually makes. Great hands inside by Mikhail Meek. Here comes UP.
Good job of getting a hand on that, because that would have been an easy 2.
So 3 minutes to go in this really entertaining second quarter. Sewell, back rim and off. No problem on the boards for Gustin. Gonzalez wants to push. Kaitu.
Can't leave the ball defensively right there. That was a good look.
We're wide open on that shot.
I think she was too open, didn't realize it.
Ha.
Definitely a different lineup that we have not seen on the floor.
So Gonzalez picks up her second foul. Team's 3rd. So Gonzalez, Harding, and Albiero all with 2 fouls for BYU.
And if you're Portland right now, you got to go right at these guys to try to pick up the 3rd and make them sit for the rest of the half.
Balatea on the floor for BYU. Pilots trying to break through. They haven't scored for a couple of minutes plus. Andrews hard. Quick hands by BYU.
Well, Coach Meek right there gave this group a little bit of a break there with that bench play.
So the lead is 4. Pilots have basically led from the start. Cochran had a notion, 5 on the shot clock. Haley, triple. Fowler does a great job.
Good hustle.
Oh man, to flag that down.
I'll tell you, Fowler has come to play today.
Balatea thought she had the steal. Instead, she'll pick up the foul, her first. Team's 4th. Oh my goodness, that's on Gonzalez, and that's her 3rd.
Oh, that's a big foul right there.
That is huge. Inside dump, Cochran able to finish right at the rim.
Nice little pick and roll on ball action. And a great left-handed finish by Cochran. So far, nice job tonight.
10 points now for Cochran. 8th double-figure game of the season for Cochran, and it's huge against the number 16th ranked team. Air ball. Good hustle play, BYU. Cochran definitely altering that shot.
Yep, rim protector, just like we talked about on the other end with Hampson. She's she's just got such long arms. She's had 9 blocks in 2 games this season so far.
The last time BYU was involved in a single-digit game was their only loss of the year when they lost in overtime to Oklahoma, 99-91. After that, Jen, it's been route after route after route, and we've got ourselves a game.
Yeah, I think that they've beaten all the conference opponents by an average of 28 points on the season so far.
Think about that now. As Gustin has whistled for her first team's 5th, Fowler knocks down the first one.
Well, that just kind of tells you what the conference is all about. You got to show up every single night because anybody can beat anybody in this conference. And she's got 12.
Fowler now with 12, as Jen mentioned. Buck 7 left to go. There's the ball fake, but the shuffle of the feet.
And that was all about Cochran. She knew she was there. She didn't want to go off with that. Instead, tries to make the pass and is a little bit late. You know, I look at the stats, and not only does Fowler have 12 points, it's her assists.
Unbelievable.
I mean, that's usually an Andrews category.
5 assists so far for Fowler. She gives you a couple a game, and she's at 5. A chance for the Pilots to extend. Look at that dish inside. Cochran all by herself.
Again, nice pick and roll.
12 points now for Cochran. Woo! The pick. Andrews falling awkwardly, grabs her knee. Oh, no. So quickly, the Pilots will call a timeout as Fowler is in definite pain on that baseline.
You hate to see that.
15 on the rebound. Hold. Stays right here.
She's in a lot of pain right now.
Foul number 15, Manny Moheim, for second.
Oh, it's just even hard to watch.
You can see her knee buckle there a little bit.
So a definite hush here at the Child Center as Haley Andrews, the straw that stirs this drink, she along with Alex Fowler, the 1-2 punch that the University of Portland has been riding for years now.
Yeah, just a tremendous athlete, tremendous scorer, tremendous teammate. And you hate to see anyone go down.
With 32 seconds left to go in this opening half. And both benches and the entire crowd letting Haley know that they are with her. And this gives you the chills in all the wrong way, J-Mo.
Well, and you know, BYU, the respect that they have for her as a player. I mean, that was evident right there, and you just hate to see it all happen.
She's in for the injured player.
And for the Pilots is number 2, Rose Blue.
And right now, BYU's in almost a 3.5-minute drought, 0 for 6 from the field.
But how will the Pilots respond to losing one of their leaders? It's going to be really interesting. And I don't mean just the physical play on the floor, but what Andrews provides for them on both ends as a leader.
Well, she's just that extension of Coach Meek in her leadership role as a point guard. Good job of Flug just getting the defensive board, 1 possession here.
We're seconds away from the University Credit Union halftime show. Flug hounded 3, and Flug's gonna have to go all the way over the rim, and she beats the buzzer! Rose Flug, who kept the dribble alive, scores! It's 39-27, Pilots at the half! An 8-0 Pilot run closes out this second quarter. Haley Andrews goes to the locker room with the apparent knee injury. Rose Flug all the way to the cup says, Haley, this is for you. By a dozen. Pilots leading BYU. WCC Basketball is brought to you by Nike, a proud partner of the West Coast Conference. By the Southern Nevada Toyota Dealers, an official partner of this year's University Credit Union WCC Basketball Tournament. Toyota, let's go places. And by Ticket Smarter, proud to be the official ticket resale partner of the WCC. Nothing beats the power and excitement of live events like Ticket Smarter. Visit ticketsmarter.com today.
Hey, welcome everyone to a WCC chat. I'm Andy Katz. Please be joined by Alex Fowler from Portland. And Alex, you guys are off to a pretty good start in the WCC. Been interrupted a little bit like everyone else. Good win over San Diego. Tell me first, where is this team at this point in the season?
We're all kind of discuss and just take each game day by day, game by game. We don't really try to. We've set goals where we want to be when we finish in the league. You know, we want to be in the top 4, get a good position for the tournament, obviously, and to get the results from that. But we're just trying to focus on each game. Like every team in our conference, as you can see from the results, are really good, and every team's, you know, only winning by 10 or small margins. There hasn't been too many blowouts, so it's really hard to get a win in this league, honestly. So we just got to take it game by game. You're
averaging 18-7. So you're clearly having a good year, but the combination of you and Haley is really, that's been the anchor of this program recently. What do you attribute that to?
Haley and I go way back. We've been playing together since juniors, and I think we just both really know how to play with each other and how to feed off each other. And you know, whether one of us are having a bad game or we're both having a awesome game, you know, we can just rely on each other and the rest of the team to help out. And that's something I really like, being a part of this team. Is it's not just we have only one player that can contribute, we have the entire team, and Haley as well being our.
So first of all, you guys, I was there a couple of years ago, you win the championship. Long way to go to get to that point, I know. But what is it about that championship experience that this team can draw on as you get closer and closer to March?
I mean, my freshman year was just a special year. That was insane, that championship feeling, and, you know, getting picked 10th and coming away with the win and all that, that was something we held on to dearly. And I guess last year it didn't go the way we wanted to. So we've kind of, I was saying this in a different interview, we kind of feel, you know, the difference of having that championship feeling and then going to WCC tournament last year and losing in the first round to LMU. That kind of really hurt us. So we kind of have this little bit of mentality where it's like, we're not going to, you know, no matter what team we face, we're not going to be kind of just shut down. We're going to play each team like they're the best team in the tournament, they're the first team. And so we just got to come out with that mentality every game.
Well, you're having a great year. I think it'll continue. Appreciate your time, Alex.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the University Credit Union halftime show. The Pilots leading 16th ranked BYU 39-27 at the break. Okay, time for another great moment in WCC tournament history, courtesy of TicketSmarter. Let's go back to the 2020 WCC tournament. You got to remember, Pilots picked to finish last in the preseason poll. Well, they didn't finish last in this tournament, let me tell you what. So, Portland stuns Gonzaga in the semifinals thanks to Haley Andrews and her heroics. A couple of days later, the Pilots take care of San Diego in overtime for their first tournament championship in a long time. They were scheduled to go to the NCAA tournament, but alas, COVID took care of those chances. But that was a magical moment for the University of Portland. That was their tournament championship. Back in a moment. Learn more about the benefits of banking with the co-op. Visit ucu.org today. WCC Halftime has been brought to you by University Credit Union, who invites you to experience the credit union difference. To learn more about the benefits of banking with the co-op, visit ucu.org today. 39-27, Pilots leading 16th ranked BYU. Time now for a look at the Gatorade first half stats, Jen.
Well, you take a quick look at there, and the biggest thing that you see is the shooting percentage from the three-point line. 1 for 6, 16% from BYU. Normally they have 35% shooting from behind the arc, and look at the fast break points, 9-0 in their favor.
You got to go back to last year's regular season finale to find where BYU trailed in a WCC conference game. They haven't trailed all year. And right out of the chutes, Pilots on the board.
Well, nice job by Flug, just cutting to the rim and posting up, and you see their guards post up down low a lot.
Got to mention that a foul that was given to Gonzalez, 10-second count against BYU, another turnover. Let me quickly mention, the foul given to Gonzalez in the first half was waved off. That would have been her third. She now has 2. It was given to Falatea. That's big and a bonus for BYU, so she's got 2, not 3.
You're absolutely right, and that could be a big factor here down the road. Great opening defensive possession by Portland, causing the 10-second violation on BYU to start the half.
Remember, no Haley Andrews was injured. The knee, great hustle play by BYU. Oh, you just gotta love that. How about Graham going to the deck?
She just does all the little things, the intangibles.
Gustin didn't want to try and force it over Cochran. So one dribble, and then from distance, in terms of staying away from Cochran, is Gustin.
Yeah, and Gustin's got to look to take that shot. You know, it's a little mid-range jumper, which she has in her repertoire, so I'm kind of shocked that she hasn't gone out at her a little bit tonight.
Fowler is going to leave it. Here's Cochran. Cochran having a terrific game. She and Fowler, the 1-2 punch, but Cochran throws it away.
Got herself a little bit off balance right there, trying to make that pass.
Wrap around, stepping in nicely is Flug. First it was Cochran that came and forced the wild pass, and Flug sealed the deal with the steal.
Well, Flug's come in and given them great minutes so far into that half and the beginning of this second half.
Really good 1v1 defense by Gustin against Fowler down low. Gonzalez going into halftime with just 2 points. Harding with just 4. Unbelievable. Wide open is Graham, you bet.
Well, and I think defensively, Portland was a little mixed up there, a little communication breakdown, but good job by BYU just finding that middle of the zone.
So Graham's got 9, nearing double figures. She gives you 10 a pop. Cochran's got to be careful. Frawley, beautiful job as inside Harding literally lost Frawley on her backside.
Well, you can see right now Portland's really trying to post up the guard spot.
There's the pick by Flug. Shows, wild shot, but the foul's gonna go against BYU. Meek is clapping. Pilot bench is up.
Well, great anticipation on the press by Flug. She saw that coming. And just a great job of posting up. She's trying to call 3 in the key right there instead of playing defense, and gave up an easy look.
Boy, she sure did. She was waving 3-3-3, and instead, easy pickings for Frawley. Flug toes the line, hits the first one. Should mention that Albiero picks up her third. You don't see this very often. I mean, you just do not see a veteran like Harding doing that, falling asleep at the switch.
Yeah, not typical. And they're going to call a line violation, I believe, here.
Wow, that's a break for the Pilots. Every point's going to count in this one, because you know BYU's got a rally in them.
Well, those are the kind of mistakes Coach Judkins is not going to be happy with. Just a mental mistake breakdown right there. And from a team that just normally does not make these kind of mistakes.
So Gonzalez, the veteran, with the lane violation. And back to Haley Andrews, injuring her knee with 39 seconds on the miss. Left to go in the second quarter. She is on the bench with a huge ice pack. Her absence will be noticeable. It will be impactful.
Yeah, that's a big loss for the Pilots. Not only for today, but upcoming. We'll see what happens.
44-31, we're early in the third quarter. Squaring up is Gustin. Front women off. No problem for Gustin to chase it down. Graham again, back rimming off. Look at Cochran with the one mitt.
That was a nice grab. Lucy's done a nice job on both ends of the floor.
Scoring, rebounding, and passing. Fowler runs into the double team, flips it right into the hands of BYU.
In transition buckets, this is where they're really good.
Great job by BYU, and Gonzalez was able to finish. I mean, they were on a break there, weren't they?
They sure were, and that's what they want to do.
Forcing the turnover, going the other way. The lead is still 11 for the Pilots.
And both teams with 13 turnovers in the game so far. Good grab. I like this matchup right here.
Frawley runs into the double. Frawley can't score. Gonzalez, a little bounce in her step. Gonzalez all the way to the rim. She was quiet in the first half, not anymore.
Well, you can see the momentum, how BYU is trying to pick up the tempo here. They want to create something defensively and get going as quickly as they can. I think the tempo has been in Portland's favor as the game has gone on.
It's starting to shift. 44-35. The Pilots have been bitten by turnovers and some wild shots at the rim. 7 on the shot clock. Mohan steps back for the 3, not a chance. And there's Fowler on the mop-up.
Great job by Fowler of attacking the offensive glass, and a nice little putback.
14 points now for Fowler. There's the answer, and it's nifty by Tegan Graham.
I'll tell you what, she's come out to play and really done a nice job. Hit a couple threes now, 2 of 5 from the three-point line. 12 points.
That's a heck of an answer by Tegan Graham. BYU really needed that. All right, Cochran, single coverage, looks for a cutter.
Well, the thing about BYU, we talk about their transition games, but they just have so many weapons. You know, somebody struggles, somebody else is going to step up.
So Graham whistled for her second. Judkins, hoping his club with Gonzaga awaiting, has a whoop. And there is Gonzalez's third foul. No doubt about that one. A silly foul by Gonzalez.
Got herself out of position right there. And that's going to be a big one.
Graham has a moment with the great Shaylee Gonzalez.
Nice job just in trail position right there, and hits the transition 3.
BYU needing that. We got ourselves a game. 46-38, Pilots with the lead. You just can't help but notice number 10 sitting on the sidelines. There's Haley Andrews with that knee. Big, huge ice packs, probably 3 or 4 of them. She went down late in that second quarter. And oh, Jen, we're not going to speculate, but that was scary.
Yeah, it didn't look good, and my thoughts and prayers out to her, obviously, and the entire group there. I mean, you hate to see your leader go down for sure. I hate to see anybody get hurt.
One of the most dynamic players in the WCC, Haley Andrews. We'll wait and see the extent of that injury. 10 on the shot clock as play resumes. Bruno. Nice footwork by Bruno in the finish. Wow.
Well, she's come in and give them a great little offensive lift off the bench.
Another 10-second violation. Meek goes to the deck. Bruno all over the place. Portland's defense still living large.
Absolutely, and that combination of Mikkel Meek and Bruno and that top part of their full court press really is causing some issues for BYU.
Bruno with 6 points. That's her career high. Having a tremendous game off the bench for Meek.
Well, you know, talking to Coach Meek, it's only been a matter of time till she starts producing a little bit. Started the season with a little bit of an injury and really is finding her way.
So Hampson, who was very effective on both ends of the floor, reports back in as Gustin will take a seat.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that, you know, he didn't go to her a little bit earlier.
So the foul off away from the ball is going to go against Bruno, her third. First team foul for the Pilots. And Bruno's been a spark off the bench. She's got to be careful.
Yeah, just being a little bit too aggressive.
Hand check on the Pilots.
And this game is starting to get a little bit physical. Not that it hasn't been physical, but bodies are starting to get a little bit more pushing going on, a little bit more hand checking going on.
Flug whistled for her second, team second. 4:25 left to go in the second quarter. BYU comes in ranked number 16. Winners of 10 straight, and they trail by 10. Another hand check, this time against Meek. Her first, team's third.
And we talked about, you know, limited players tonight because of protocols. Certainly can't get yourself in a position where you're getting in foul trouble.
No Shear, no Burnham for the University of Portland due to COVID protocols. Andrews now on the bench with that knee injury. 3-point try, back rim and off. And Meek kind of watched that thing fall to the floor, but it ends up in the hands of Flug. Fowler. Sampson had something to say about that shot.
Yeah, talk about rim protector, my goodness.
Gonzalez wants to step back instead into the teeth of the defense, and she hits. She's in double figures at 10.
Nice floater. And that's transition. There's a transition game right now. It's just absolutely killing Portland. 18-0 for fast break points.
Wow, Hampson plays the great defense, forces the wild shot, and then it's a break. All the way to the cup. Fowler, her first three of the game. You bet!
Well, that's where she becomes a huge matchup problem because Hampson's not going to be able to guard her from the three-point line. And an area she's certainly improved on.
Huge answer for the Pilots. Fowler now has 17. Paisley wanted an and one. She'll go to the line. Harding really putting that ball on the deck with authority.
We'll take a quick look here at that three by Alex Fowler from the three-point. Like I said, really hard matchup for Hampson on the perimeter.
So Cochran back in along with Moheim and Sewell. Flug, by the way, picks up her third. Team's fourth, and Harding, the 5'9" senior, will toe the line. 2 for 2 from the charity stripe today. 2 30-point games to her credit, 5 20-point games, and can go off quickly.
She sure can. She's 5th in the conference in scoring right now. Really can fill the stat sheet up real quick.
She and Gonzalez represent 2 of the 5 leading scorers in the WCC. Uh-oh. Here comes the heat. Moheim in trouble. Let's see if there's a turnover or a called timeout.
I think Coach Meek called the timeout there.
Just in the nick of time, because Moheim was trapped along that sideline right in front of the BYU bench, and that bench was a barking. All right, 51-42, Pilots leading 16th ranked BYU, 3:05 left in the third. 42. The Pilots leading 16th ranked BYU in the third quarter. Alex Fowler has been tremendous, leading everybody with 17 points.
She's absolutely been great. I mean, scoring inside out and defensively really being a big presence as well and doing a great job on the boards. She's got 5 boards, 17 points, 6 assists. And that Cochran-Fowler combination has done a nice job in those first 3 quarters.
Coming into this game, over the last 5, Fowler has averaged 21 points per, including 32 against Santa Clara. She's been on fire, and she's nearing another 20-point game tonight.
You can just kind of see a difference in her aggressiveness right from the beginning. A lot of times, I think, let the game come to her, and right now she's asserting herself right from the beginning.
So Falatea picks up her third. We didn't hear the whistle, and everybody kind of kept playing through it, but the foul called against BYU. Team's fourth, by the way. Flug's going to have to be careful with that ball. It was nearly poke-checked away.
Yep.
10 on the shot clock. Cochran wants to find a guard. Bruno, wild shot, teardrop, almost goes in. Look at Cochran going up and getting it. Can't flip it home. Good board by Hampson. A great opportunity for Cochran.
Yeah, good look, and she's made that all night long. Just rimmed it out.
Whoa, there's a moving pick. No question about it. Hampson picks up that foul, her first, team's 5th. Wow.
And let's take a look at it here.
Man,
yeah, she got her with the shoulder.
There's no doubt about that one. Bruno went flying.
She did a nice job of selling it as well, but she got hit pretty good with that shoulder by Hampson.
Let's see if the Pilots can take advantage. Flug picks up the dribble. Fowler. Watch out for the 3 seconds. And there's the call. Good defense, swarming. As soon as Fowler picked up that ball, look out.
Yep, and that's the mismatch you kind of want right there. And Hampson did a nice job of just defending the drive. Because she's got to, she's going to pull her to the perimeter there.
BYU has been hot, hitting 4 of their last 5. Gonzalez is going to pull it out. She's had a terrific third quarter. Gonzalez looking up. Here's Harding. 7 on the shot clock right here. Graham, drive and kick. Tough shot by Harding. And to beat the shot clock? No, it's not there. And now with the block, Lucy Cochran has had a rejection in every single game this season.
And just great timing right there. She's got such reach. We'll take a look at it here on the drive. Just great timing, great block. I honestly don't know if they got that shot off with the shot clock.
Cochran impacting the game on both ends. Almost knocked away from behind. Pilots looking to end a 2-minute drought. Flug's gonna get it right back with 10 on the shot clock. Good defense by BYU. Nothing coming easy the last few possessions. Fowler, pull up. Fowler hits! 19 now for Fowler.
And she did a nice job of pulling up and not drawing that contact. This little mid-range jumper.
Over her seasonal average of 18. Good ball movement, the extra pass. Giving herself a little room. Oh, nicely done by Bruno. Fowler. And the pass just outside the reach of Fowler with 43 seconds left in the third quarter.
And that's going to be a tough catch on a play. You just got to be smart and bring that ball back out. I know it's Alex Fowler, but
BYU number 16 in the country, highest ranking in the history of the program. They've been ranked for 10 straight weeks.
And Charlie Cream has them right now at a number 5 seed into the tournament.
They've won 10 straight since losing to Oklahoma in overtime. And here they are on the ropes. Inside look, step back, Gonzalez, back rim and off, ball poked, and here comes Meek. Shot clock off, game clock at 15. This would be huge for the Pilots if they were able to stick something, and a near turnover. Portland will be lucky to get something off. And the walk against Fowler. And BYU made Portland uncomfortable, and they've got a decent shot of getting a decent shot off.
Yeah, 2.8 left on the clock. You got time for a couple dribbles, and right now they're just over 3 minutes without scoring a bucket.
Well, something here would sure put a bounce in the step. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez pulls up. Good if it goes. Oh, just misses.
It looked good.
So that will do it for the third quarter. 53-42. The Pilots, without Haley Andrews and that injured knee, still leading 16th ranked BYU. Fourth quarter is around the corner. Come back, it's going to be something. Time now to take a look at our Shamrock Office Solutions WCC scoreboard. Jen?
Well, you look at that San Francisco-San Diego game just getting started here, but that's going to be a big one. That's a big contest, and both those teams kind of vying for that upper part of the half of conference. Gonzaga leading Pacific 18-11, and two games starting a little bit later here.
Gonzaga awaits BYU. That game at the Kennel in Spokane on Saturday. That's going to be huge. But BYU has got a deficit to take care of tonight. Trailing UP going into the fourth quarter, 53-42.
Well, I tell you, these first couple minutes are going to be crucial. Just the pace of the game, getting quality shots if you're Portland, and if you're BYU, you want to go a little bit quick, but there's a lot of time left in the ballgame, and they have so many people that can score the basketball in a hurry.
The Pilots able to keep that lead through three quarters with 6 on the shot clock, even without the injured Haley Andrews. Kaitunu doesn't understand the shot clock. Fowler, too late. Second consecutive poor possession for the University of Portland in terms of clock management.
Yeah, not a good opening possession right there. And I think Fowler right now, especially with this lineup on the floor, has really got to take control over the offensive end. Got numbers.
Inside.
Ooh. Yeah, Frawley almost picked that off.
It looked like BYU was going to get something really easy at the cup. Instead, they've got to work for this. And I thought Cochran got a piece of it, but Gustin's able to score instead.
And that's their first points in almost 4 minutes. And I think she actually did get a piece of that ball.
And 2. But a good stick by Gustin. 53-44, first bucket of the fourth quarter belonging to BYU. Do they have the rally in them?
And Gustin's had a quiet 8 points tonight. I feel like she's kind of shied away offensively a little bit.
Meek spinning. Fowler again deep in the shot clock on the Pilots. Fowler's got to hurry. And again, a shot clock violation, second straight against the Pilots. Combination of BYU defense and what else, Jen?
Well, just, you know, they have different personnel on the floor right now. They're not used to playing without Andrews. And right now, somebody's got to step up and want to take that shot. And right now, it's too much passing.
So Mulheim back in. I think that's a good substitution for Meek. Flug and Mulheim are going to have to look for their shots. It can't all be Fowler and Cochran on occasion. Home run ball for Harding. Cochran foul to give. I think that's a smart foul. She'll be nicked for that. It's her first, team's first.
That's a good foul. I mean, obviously going to give up a layup there if you don't go for it, but a great job of just making a play on the ball.
So post pattern play by BYU, they go deep, and Harding will go to the line. She's been really good from the charity stripe tonight.
Yeah, nice. Ooh, it was close too.
Yep, it was, but it was a good call all the same, and Harding is now 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. 53-45, BYU cutting into that Pilot lead. 6 for 6 now from the charity stripe for Harding. So you wonder, besides Fowler, who is going to score for the Pilots in terms of personnel on the floor?
Well, I think right with this lineup, you look for Cochran. You know, Mulheim hit a couple in the first half, and right now you got a little transition game with Rose Flug.
Fowler misses inside. That's usually one that she scores at will. Gonzalez, footwork. Gonzalez! Terrific shot by Gonzalez. And again, BYU beating the Pilots down the floor. Here come the Cougars.
And she's got 12 points. And again, it's that transition game. They get the ball up the floor so quick and are so effective in the open court.
Big possession. And Cochran with another 15-footer. Lucy showing the range.
Good answer.
Oh, I guess. BYU making a living on the break. 20 fast break points for the Cougars. And wide open. It's Gonzalez again.
Well, you knew she was not going to be quiet the whole game and has just stuck with it. And that's why she's the type of player that is a Player of the Year candidate.
It's the closest BYU has been in a long time. Flug throws it up. Great inside defense by BYU. The momentum completely shifting this fourth and final quarter.
Well, just not a good quality shot for Portland. And you're right, that the momentum here has certainly shifted to BYU, and they're on a tear.
On her fanny, but scoring all the same is Gustin. 55-52. It's a one-possession lead. The BYU bench is going nuts.
Man, she's got quick feet inside with pivots up and unders, and that's a good timeout.
Wow, what a fourth quarter blitzkrieg by 16th ranked BYU. It was 53-42 Pilots after 3. And the lead is down to 3. BYU showing its chops in this fourth quarter. Breaking out with fast break after fast break bucket. Oh, baby, here come the Cougs. BYU completely owning the start of this fourth and final quarter. Only trailing now by 3 with 6:44 left. The Cougars have been looking at double-digit deficits almost the entire night. Hey, stick around. Second end of our doubleheader coming up next. St. Mary's, Portland, 8 o'clock tip Pacific time. Check WCCSports.com to find the TV network in your area. Should be a good one. What has BYU done to get back in this?
It's all transition buckets, fast break points. It's 20-0 in that category, and they're just getting it out. It's not necessarily off of steals or turnovers. It's off a made basket, off a defensive board, and offensive run, and they're running like crazy. I thought Gustin had a nice quarter. Right now, BYU's outscored Portland 10-2 in the quarter. And obviously put themselves in a one-possession game because of it.
Gonzalez, the sleeping giant, with only 2 points at the break, and now she sits at 14, has come alive. Raleigh looking for her Aussie buddy inside. What a pass and assist. Cochran with the easy layup, but now Fowler with another assist. 17 now for Cochran.
Well, just a tremendous job. She seriously got triple team down low and a nice cut from the top. And those two have really played off each other well this evening.
Cochran ties a career high with 17. And the answer from Albiero. Again, a 42% three-point shooter. You can't give her that much room.
No, and she was just sitting on that three-point line waiting for it. She's got 5 points on the night.
Fowler doing such a great job scoring and assisting. Oh boy, I think she got away with the walk, but Fowler scores all the same. 59-55, 21 now.
She did a nice job of immediately catching the ball and going to the opposite side of the rim. Nice little pivot. Stuck with it and got a look at it.
You know Fowler is going to be the beast to be fed for the Portland Pilots down the stretch. 5:25 right now left to go in this really entertaining game. What a job by Gonzalez to get Cochran off her feet.
Yeah, nice little pump fake and went right around her. Cochran was ready for that.
16 now for Cochran. Or excuse me, Gonzalez. Albiero playing the defense. Flug all the way to the cup. Oh, what a job by Flug.
Well, I'll tell you, she's come in with Andrews being out and giving them some good minutes.
7 points now for Flug. Haley Andrews going down with a knee injury with seconds left in the second half. What a bucket by Flug. Inside look. Cochran affecting it. Harding can't get it down. And the foul will be against the Portland Pilots. And it looks like Cochran is going to get nicked for her second. Oh, the pace of this game, J-Mo.
That and the physicality of this game, I mean, you look at it, nice little drive by Flug there. She's done that a few times, just kind of splitting the defense. Hanging in the air and a good finish. Good minutes off the bench.
You know, Flug had the 9 points against San Diego. That broke a 3-game scoreless skid for Flug, and have they needed her then and tonight?
You know, she's got some experience and has done a nice job of keeping herself in shape and ready to go. And the way that Portland plays with the pace and, you know, how many people that he actually runs in and out of the game, she's got a lot of experience.
Harding now 8 for 8 from the charity stripe. And the slim lead is a deuce for the Portland Pilots with 4:44 left to go in the fourth quarter.
30-second timeout. Stand up. Start the timer, please.
What a game this has been. And down the stretch we go. Hey, the WCC tournament is right around the corner. That means March Madness. This year's University Credit Union WCC basketball tournament is coming at you from Vegas. Visit WCCSports.com for matchups, brackets, and everything you need to know for this year's tournament. OrleansArena.com/events if you want to buy tickets.
Well, you look at this pace hand, and really both teams hot from the field. BYU 6 of their last 6 and Portland 3 of their last 3. We got 4:40 left in this ball game, and it's going to come down to the wire.
Portland has not defeated BYU at home since the 1997-98 campaign. Think about that now. BYU coming in, one of the hottest teams in the country, ranked 16th, the highest ranking ever in program history, having won its last 10 straight. And the Portland Pilots establishing double-digit leads most of this game, now fighting for their life, still up by a deuce. Every possession key. You gotta covet the ball, J-Mo.
You sure do, and really go to your key players. And I think Portland's done a nice job of going to Fowler when they really need a bucket, and Lucy, the combination.
So Graham whistled for her foul. That foul, that's her third. Cochran, they noticed the mismatch. The double team came quickly, and Graham picked up the foul. Gotta inbound it. Trouble for the Pilots, and there's Fowler. Plenty of time for Portland to get a quality shot. Cochran, high-low, good hands. Oh, what a break inside. How about that by Gustin? It looked like easy pickings on the high-low to Fowler.
That was a great high-low look and a tremendous block from Gustin coming across the key.
Wow.
We'll take a look at it here. Just great timing and clean.
Nice job by this officiating crew to let that block stick and not blow the whistle. Flug, wheeling, dealing, trying to step. Meek's got to put up the three. Rims out, unlucky. Here comes BYU with a chance to tie or take the lead. 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Albiero had a grin on her face, had a notion. Gonzalez with room inside. That zone seam exposed. Harding, the triple for the lead. Yes!
And it was only a matter of time until she gets herself going, and a great look, great rhythm, and a nice stroke.
13 points now for Harding. BYU's first lead, if I'm not mistaken, of the game. Does Portland have the answer? Flug, you bet. What a look by Fowler. Another assist for Fowler. She has been tremendous in the assist department.
Well, she's done such a nice job of scoring that they've had to respect that, and now she's getting her teammates looks.
A career high. Whoa, we'll get back to that in a second. Mikkel Meek takes the charge. Wave off the bucket. What a defensive play by Meek. 4 fouls now on Gonzalez. What a swing.
We'll take a look at it here, and just a little push off with her left arm. You can see it, and a great call by the official, and a big call. Big possession right here for Portland.
Cochran finding Fowler. Pilots looking for something quality. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Cochran. Single coverage. The kick. Frawley. The three. Yes!
Great opposite look right there from the three-point line, and a huge hit by Frawley.
Frawley goes into that possession. 1 for 12 from beyond the arc. What a hustle play. Cochran with the block. Oh, what a defensive play by Lucy.
Big,
This
huge
place
block.
up for grabs. The Pilots moments ago trailing, and they've had the answer. 2:15 left to go in this game. No Haley Andrews, the injured knee. Flug running the point. Look at the end, just misses the and one. Rose Flug as aggressive as have we seen her wearing a Pilot uniform.
And a great kick by Cochran, and a big three by Frawley. And you're going to see a huge play right there, a huge block, and a great job of just staying with that, not getting that ball out of bounds, and big defensive stop by Portland. And you're right, Ann. Rose Flug in this whole half, really beginning of that, or very end of the first half, huge plays, and she's been tremendous for Portland off the bench.
1 for 3 from the charity stripe. Sticks the first one. Flug is 65% free throw shooter. And again, back to Frawley. 1 for 12 from beyond the arc, going into that triple that gave Portland a little bit of breathing room. It was huge. Frawley, first start of the season. She's been big. Flug, couple of tosses.
A lot of time left, 2:06 left in the game, and with the weapons that BYU has, a lot of time.
Here's Gonzalez, buck 55 left to go in regulation. Albiero didn't want the three. Ball movement, Harding looking for some help, 10 on the shot clock. Here's Harding again. Good help defense by Frawley, inside look, not there. And the follow, beautifully done. I think it was Gustin.
Yeah, Gustin with the offensive glass and the putback, and Coach Judkins wanted a little and one right there. 4-point game with 1:37 to go. She's got 12 points, 8 rebounds in the, really, I think only 2 points at halftime.
Gustin, you mentioned it, quietly keeping her club, keeping this thing's interesting.
And just a great job of hitting the offensive glass and a putback.
So 68-64, that bucket was huge for BYU.
Well, if you're BYU here, you don't need a foul. You need a quick stop. And got to have a lot of energy to try to make something happen. I wouldn't be surprised if he picks up a little bit. And if you're Portland, the biggest thing is take care of the basketball, get a quality shot at the offensive end, and you don't need a quick shot.
Cochran now with a couple of blocks to go along with some mean shooting on the offensive end.
Yeah, 8 of 9 from the field.
What a game this has been. You know, folks have been circling the calendar, BYU versus Gonzaga, and the Pilots kept saying, don't you dare look past us. This is going to be one heck of a tough weekend. BYU knew it. I'm talking about all that social media stuff. This has been as good a game as advertised.
Oh, absolutely. And these guys have played tough for the last couple of years. And like we talked about, I mean, Portland is not a team that you overlook by any means, and Coach Judkins knew that coming in. And like I said, you look at some of the stat categories in the WCC, and both these teams are 1 and 2 in a lot of categories.
BYU with 4 in double figures, led by Gonzalez, who only had 2 at the break. She's got 16. Fowler with 21 points, a career-high 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Cochran, 8 of 9 for the floor. A couple of rejections. Oh, goodness sakes. And again, no Haley Andrews, the all-conference star guard for Portland, injuring her knee in the second quarter late. There's the timeline, no problem for the Pilots, and here's Flug. She has stepped up in the leadership and responsibility department like never before. Pilots have got to get a shot off. 8 on the shot clock. Fowler releasing, poked away. Flug's got to put it up, and does. Wild shot. Oh boy. Here comes BYU. Buck 2 left to go in regulation.
Yeah, I think Coach Meek would have liked to have a big turnover there.
And the foul is going to go against Gustin. Big turnover by BYU. Her second foul, team's 4th. Oh, that was a big cough up by BYU.
It sure was, and not in the bonus at this point, so they'll take the ball out of bounds. Call a timeout, and I believe they'll advance the ball here in the last 2 minutes. You can advance the ball in the women's game.
10-game winning streak on the line as number 16 BYU comes into this game, obliterating conference opponents by some 20 points, and they find themselves trailing with under a minute to go.
Well, you got to like what Portland's done as they've come out in this second half and just really fighting for life, basically. I mean, I thought BYU has done a nice job of getting the ball inside, getting people involved. I think Gonzalez has been terrific in this second half. But you got to tip your hats to Portland. They've hung in there. When your leader goes out, you know, somebody's got to step up, and I think Rose Flug has been that person tonight.
Big Frawley 3, only her second triple of the game.
And the timing of it was huge.
Hercules Tire, strong move of the game, and the Pilots needed this. Frawley, 1 for 12 going into that attempt. It's the huge triple.
1 minute left in regulation.
Okay, here we go.
BYU foul.
Falatea,
Nani Falatea.
her fourth. Excuse me, her third. My apologies.
That is a 15 foul.
15 foul. Judkins electing for that foul to stop the clock.
Well, and really, Rose flew 3 of 5 from the free throw line, made the last 2, but struggled right before that, so not a bad foul if you're BYU.
Frawley on the floor has not attempted a free throw this year. If you're BYU, you might want to think about putting her on the line as Flug, who has been veteran smooth in the absence of Haley Andrew. In my opinion, her best game as a Portland Pilot.
I agree. I mean, she's come in big, not only with responsibilities of getting them into their offense, and Coach Judkins is going to call a timeout and advance the ball here.
Haley Andrews, knee bandaged, suffering that knee injury late in the second quarter, up and congratulating her team, but knowing that with 57 seconds left, that is a ton of time for a club like BYU.
Especially with the amount of weapons that they have. They'll execute something here and try to get a quick foul again. There's a lot of time, a lot of possessions, especially with timeouts. BYU has 1 timeout left where they can advance the ball.
Mike Meek says this is his most talented Portland Pilot team ever, and the deepest one too. You have seen a lot of players contribute. No Emmy Shear, no Maisie Burnham, COVID protocols, and then of course Haley Andrews injuring her knee. The depth has told the tale at this point.
You're absolutely right, and there's so many obstacles that have been thrown their way, and you know, perseverance. I mean, they have stepped up and everybody's played their heart out, and both teams, it's a great basketball game.
Huge possession for the Cougars. They have been so clutch all year long, but it's been rare when they've been in a single-digit game. Should have been a foul, is a foul. And Frawley is able to collect that rebound, and now she'll go to the line for the first time this year.
Well, BYU just looked a little bit hesitant right there in the offensive, and I'm not sure if they just didn't execute out of the timeout, but I don't know if they really wanted that shot right there. She kind of hesitated, looking for somebody from the three-point line.
So Gustin picks up her third, and again, Frawley to the line. She had that huge 3. She averages 1 point a game. These are her first free throws of the season. Misses the first one. The Aussie veteran. The lead is 6. You want one of these to make it a 3-possession game, and Frawley's able to get 1 of 2 down.
That's a big shot right there.
6 points now for Frawley. That's her season high, if I'm not mistaken. Good ball fake by Graham, does not take the 3. Time is on Portland's side. Graham with the 3, rimming out. And that foul's gonna go against Flug. Really good job by Harding to get the inside position. And she has been so tough inside.
Well, I'll tell you, you look at stats, and Portland is first in the conference in 3-point field goal defense, and that certainly is paying a huge price today with BYU only shooting 24% from the floor.
But that's only Portland's 3rd team foul. That is huge. Flug's 4th, but Portland's 3rd team foul with 35.5 left. What a game this has been. Unbelievable comeback by BYU, and then it was the Portland Pilots with some clutch plays down the stretch.
Yeah, you saw the momentum BYU had, and Portland made some big plays and big shots.
Fowler grabbing the ball. Fowler is fouled. A big miss by BYU. This crowd can sense it. The Child Center is electric. So more foul trouble for the BYU Cougars, but with 21.7 left, they've got to take chances.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have an option now. They got to go as fast as they can. They have 1 timeout left. I'm sure he'll call it off this free throw here and advance the basketball.
Fowler, a perfect 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. 14 for 18 from the charity stripe, the Portland Pilots. 2 huge sticks for Alex. And the lead is 9 with 21.7 left.
Yeah, 3-possession game, and unless something really bad happens here on Portland's end, they're going to go 23 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, a career high. And really, I think that 8 assist category is extremely important. Her and Cochran and just finding other people, because especially with Andrews being out, they're going to get double teamed. They're going to get triple teamed, and they have found a way to make things happen.
Lucy Cochran, known as the rim protector, has been unbelievable offensively. But it's been Fowler carrying the load. Flug and Frawley, a 12-2 run the last 3 minutes has been the difference maker.
Yeah, huge plays, huge plays.
BYU had momentum in their back pocket. They were looking to go down the stretch and get out of Dodge with the win and head into Spokane with momentum. Instead, they now need a miracle.
Yeah, they had a 3 or 4 minute transition game going that just switched everything. And you're right, 3-possession game going with 20 seconds.
Ball will belong to BYU as Harding missed the wide open jumper.
And they really have struggled from the 3-point line. Like I mentioned, 22% for the game.
It was 62-61. BYU with the lead. 3:40 left to go in the game. And the Pilots came alive.
And the officials are going to take a quick look here to make sure that they have the right call on who that ball went out on. And right now, it is going to be in BYU's favor. But they'll just take a quick look to make sure that they're right on this.
Jen, if the Pilots are able to seal the deal, what does this mean for this program? Again, playing without the injured Haley Andrews. If they're able to run through the tape and upset BYU, what does it mean?
Well, I think it just gives everybody a little bit more confidence. You know, who knows what's going to happen with Andrews, but regardless, people have stepped up, made big plays. And like I've said, I feel like Fowler in the last 3-4 weeks has really changed as a player. Her and Cochran together have just been huge.
Keep in mind, next up at home for Portland is LMU. And again, BYU going on the road to face Gonzaga, receiving votes on Saturday.
Yeah, big weekend for BYU.
Turnover. What a job by the Portland Pilots. Paisley Harding is arguing that call.
And Lucy Cochran's going to go to the free throw line here.
So this will be the Pilots' first win against a ranked team since the magic they performed against Gonzaga in that WCC tournament a couple of years ago. And again, to remind you, they come into this game, the Pilots do, having not won at home against BYU since the Cave days, 1997-98. I can't even count that far back.
Well, and with players, you know, with protocol issues and missing one of your best players because of an injury, I mean, just a tremendous effort. Great team effort by Portland tonight.
Cochran, new career high, 18 points. This game is over. The crowd will tell the story. And how about that? The Portland Pilots shocking 16th ranked BYU 75-64.
Just a tremendous team effort. They went on a 14-2 final run in the last 3.5 minutes. You know, BYU had the momentum, and Portland responded in a great team effort. Like you said, it'll give a lot of confidence going into this next week.
What a victory for the Portland Pilots. The crowd is up, appreciating the effort. All right, that's going to do it from the Chiles Center. The Pilots stunning 16th ranked BYU 75-64. What a massive upset for the Pilots. One that this team will draw from down the stretch. They hand BYU its first conference loss. The Pilots go to 4-2 in WCC play and beat BYU at home for the first time since 97-98. For Jen and everybody on our broadcast crew, I'm Ant saying so long from the Bluff. Game 1 of our double dip in the books. Up next, the men taking center stage. Pilots hosting St. Mary's. Stick around. Tip is set for 8 p.m. See you then.